Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be doing these daily bias videos, daily review videos, so definitely keep an eye out, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. But let's just jump right into it. So, today, Monday, we had quite a strong move to the upside. I don't actually rather like this, to be honest, but Monday, you guys know I typically like for us to accumulate, but going into the market, or going into the opening of today, um, last Friday, if you guys were here, you guys would know that I was targeting these lows on Friday, but unfortunately, Friday did not come near the lows. And so I had let you guys know at the end of Friday stream, I said expect Sunday to gravitate towards these lows. Obviously, we didn't gravitate, we just dropped straight into it, but same idea, right? So for me personally, I think this should be the low of pretty much the week going into it, especially if we have some sort of SMT at the lows. We don't, so we could potentially see something lower, but I doubt it. To be honest, guys, I don't think we're gonna go much lower than this for a little while. For me personally, I would like to see this as the retracement leg. So, what does that mean going into Tuesday? Is I do want a retracement, just not to the lows, unless something else happens that I don't know about. So this is where I would start using my fibs, my OTEs. You guys can see I'd start drawing it. This is when I'll start identifying. Okay, like where are we most likely to gravitate towards. Sorry. And for me, it's below anything below zero point 0.5 is like the most valid, most ideal, which would be this fair value gap right here. Perfect. Green. This one above is also valid to an extent, but this one is like the most ideal one. Like if we go into this, this is like super solid A plus. If we can figure out how to come into this nicely, but this one is also okay in my opinion. So going into Tuesday, what do I kind of expect us to do? I kind of expect us to have a smaller move. I mean, today we did move actually quite a bit, right? Yep. So this is a pretty solid movement overall. Enough so that I would say that Tuesday might have a bit of a smaller move. We might not expect as much of the range to be filled in. So right around here, this is like a solid what I would expect going into tomorrow. If Tuesday is super bullish, if we just keep skyrocketing, I'm just probably going to be hands off the rest of the week, to be honest. I am bullish to this high here, which I think Wednesday is going to take. I do not want Tuesday to really take this, to be honest. If Tuesday takes the high and continues higher, then I might be more bearish biased kind of going into the rest of the week. But I don't want to be bearish biased. I want to be bullish biased because, duh. So because of that, I want Tuesday to be lower. Does that make sense? Manipulation leg, I want it to be lower. Perfect. Or consolidate. Both of those are good options. Consolidate or manipulate lower. Both of those are the two most ideal. The only thing that I don't like is if it just continues higher. Now, for Tuesday, like I said, this fair value gap is where I would be targeting. And depending on how we get it done, so for example, if I wake up in the overnight session and we've already made the move lower for here, like if we see something like this, I'll look for longs from here, or if we're still up here once market opens, then I'll look for shorts, if that makes any sense. I want longs are valid until we come into this and we make some sort of SMC to show me that the manipulation leg is done for, then I would be willing to take a long. Other than that, it's going to be shorts or no trade at all. Makes sense? So that's kind of the game plan going into tomorrow. I don't really have much else on my mind. Today there was no trade, by the way, for the recap part. There was no trade today. Hands off. I woke up and I was bullish, obviously, to fill the gap, right? We had this huge gap right above us, right, when we opened. But those typically get filled before New York even opens, which, as you can see, if we kind of look at roughly where it was filled, actually, New York opened pretty much ran straight to it, except I don't get on until 10 a.m., which is 30 minutes after open, which is, so I didn't trade till here, which is like literally the minute it filled. And because of that, my bias was not quite as clear. Um, I mean, longs were valid for sure, but definitely not ideal because you can see there's not really any fair value gaps we enter into, et cetera, et cetera. It's all overnight action. So, not a bad idea, just not my type of trade. So yes, I would like to see a retracement back into the range as to be the most ideal. If we look at the Dow Jones and if we look at the S&P, Dow Jones is wildly in a different spot. Didn't even take any of the highs for today. So you guys can see these two highs that ES had already, or NQ and ES, I believe. If we look at ES really quickly, yep, were both already taken. Yeah, NQ as well, as you can see. So going into tomorrow, I would like to use that as kind of the springboard lower. And I think the Dow Jones actually looks quite a bit better in terms of longs. long action in terms of retracement. This fair value gap and just whole fair value gap in general is really fire, but mostly just this one, this part of it, super good. Like, I love to see that going into tomorrow. But again, this whole fair value gap to me is pretty valid. This one right here, the 4 hour as well. So overall, looking for shorts, potential longs. And is there anything else that I really want to mention for the rest of the week? Yes, which is that Tuesday is the only day with news. So Tuesday is the day that I typically want to have the most volatility or the most like fake move, like downside move to the downside. So we will see whether or not that is actually gonna happen. We'll see, especially after Monday had a pretty big close. I mean, this is a pretty big Monday, all things considered. And when we have big days like this, you do know that the next session is typically a smaller move. You kind of just look in general, right? Where we have a big candle, the next candle is usually a smaller candle. Of course, not always, but once the move is done, then it's the next candle is usually a smaller candle. So again, the daily highs that we're targeting are here. This one here. No, they're right next to each other for longs, if we take any longs. And that's kind of it. After that, we only have these fair value gaps here, this super big one, like a mega fair value gap. So going into longer term trading, week by week, rest of the month, I would like to see what we do as we enter into take the highs and as we enter into this like mega fair value gap. I would like to see something happen. Whether we continue higher or not, I have no idea. Like, obviously, with the war and everything going on, a lot is uncertain for me personally. If we continue higher or lower, so I would expect this area especially to be where we decide if we want to go up or if we want to go down. But until then, it's longs until those highs get taken. For me personally, I believe, unless, like I said, there's some sort of event, there's some sort of global thing that changes geopolitically, then that's when I would be more like, okay, let's be more cautious. But yeah, so going into tomorrow, that's my game plan. I don't really think I have anything else to mention. I think that's pretty much everything. So I'll be doing these videos every single day as much as I can. And TikToks, I'm trying to get better at the TikTok. It's a lot more work to make a TikTok video than it does to make one of these. These I literally just hop on and record, right? So definitely keep an eye out for these. I'll be starting doing like daily reviews, daily buys. Obviously today there was no trade, so I cannot tell you guys about how my trade went. So it's gonna be a shorter video, but I will try my best going forward. So I will let you guys all go, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.